What up guys, Super Metal 983 here bringing you another CD review, and this is another 2016 release. This one's quite high up on my top albums list so far of 2016, and I definitely urge you to check it out if you're into melodic, groovy metalcore. Definitely check out this album, it's absolutely fantastic, but spoiler alert, what can you say? Anyway, moving on, this is what I'm going to be reviewing for you today. Yeah, this is the 2016 album from the band Architects, entitled All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us. This is released under Epitaph Records. Now, if you're from the UK and you haven't heard of the name Architects, then there is something wrong here. They are one of the big namesakes in metalcore, especially from the UK. They are up there with the likes of Bring the Horizon and stuff. Really getting their namesake out there, playing loads of tours across the world, and getting themselves very well known. And quite rightly so, they have a great discography behind them. I have to say though, it has took us quite a while to get into Architects, just the band as a whole, because I don't know, I just couldn't click with their sound overall. I was always quite iffy on the whole that style of metalcore, you could say. But after hearing one of their older albums, I think it was Hollow Ground, I fell in love with the band since then, and that album for me has to be their best material so far. Or is it? Anyway, but yeah, that is a fantastic album. I still need to pick that up. I also checked out Ruin, their third album, I believe it is. Oh, sorry, second album. Their debut album I haven't checked out yet, but maybe when time goes by, I'll end up checking it out. And then, obviously, you've got The Here and Now. That's a good album as well. Not my favourite in their discography, but still a really good album to listen to. Daybreaker, that has always been the one that has never ever clicked with me. It's a good album to listen to, but I just don't feel it as much. But it was, I believe, their breakthrough album, the one that got them well known and pushed them to where they are today. But what gave them, maybe some would say, a bit more of a kick was their previous album called Lost Forever, Lost Together. And that album, I have to say, is an absolute masterpiece. Great stuff, very progressive, very groovy, and very melodic and powerful. Great record. I still need to pick it up, like, it's so great that I haven't even picked it up yet, but what can you do? But anyway, we're getting 2016 with the arrival of All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us. Now, this album, I wasn't really going to give much of a chance. I was just going to wait until it came out, and if I liked it, I liked it. If I didn't, I didn't. Yeah, they announced the new album, and a couple of weeks later, I was around with girlfriends, and she was like, have you checked out the new Architect song? Because we were talking about them. And I was like, no, not really. I'm probably just going to wait until the album. And she was like, that's not going to happen. Get on your phone and check it out. And I did, and it was the song, what's it called again? Sorry, I have to open the CD. Gone with the Wind. And I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And instantly, as soon as I put the track on, I fell in love with it instantly. In my opinion, it's what I wanted Architects to sound like. I wanted it to have a bit more melodic push to it, and have a bit more, I feel, a little bit more emotion behind it, personally. But, what can I say, that track just blew us away. I absolutely fell in love with it. And then she was like, if you like that, check out the other one, which is the other track they released called A Match Made in Heaven, I believe. And obviously links in the description to check out those tracks. But yeah, I checked out that track as well, and I fell in love with that one as well. Great track, full of melodies, full of power, and just great Architects, what can I say? And it just made us all that more excited for the album. And I pre-ordered the album about, I think it was a week before album release day. I ordered the box set, which I'll show you in a bit. And I also ordered the Whitechapel's new album. And because I ordered them two together, I had to wait until Whitechapel's album came out before I could get my hands on this box set. But anyway, but before then, my girlfriend had it on her Spotify, and we've listened to it quite a lot, and I've even listened to it quite through YouTube and stuff like that. And since the album was released, I have done nothing more than just fall in love with this album. This is excellent. I don't normally say this, but it's exquisite metalcore. It's got a great combination of metalcore that Architects have been known for, but it's mixing in, as they did on Lost Forever, Lost Together, the mixing elements of progressive metalcore now, giving it a bit more of a groove, but it's still keeping a strong melody, and they're starting to create some great melodies over the past couple of albums. It's very melodic, very catchy, and it just sounds so good, this album. It's definitely, I think, as I said before, Hollow Grounds was my favourite album. But this is actually turning into my favourite Architects album. There's not a bad track on this album. I absolutely love it. It's been on repeat so many times. I probably listened to it, if my memory goes back quite to yesterday when I checked it. I think it was 18 times, something like that. I've listened to it since it came out. And I've absolutely fell in love with it. It's fucking awesome. The drums are really, really intricate, very well played, very well executed. There's a lot of groove in there, and some very intricate parts, very progressive, kind of as if kind of djenty elements you've got on this album. And I don't really like to use that term a lot, but it is very djenty. Architects' new sounds, very groovy, but it's still quite heavy and punchy, but it's not ridiculously heavy. It's just punchy. It's not really heavy, it's just punchy. And that's what I feel Architects have been well known for, and I really respect them for creating a powerful sound rather than a heavier sound, which is fair enough. Hollow Grounds has got the heavier sound, but this album definitely has the more melodic vibes, if you ask me. Same story for the guitars. There's a lot of great melodies in there, some really good atmospheres going on as well in the sophomore parts and the cleaner parts, which I definitely think adds a bit more of a feel to the album and a great progression throughout. It's still got the groovy heavy elements, but it's also got some groovy heavy elements with some like really melodic guitar like kind of leads going over the top, but it's not really lead tone. It's just like cuts through so nice with some nice rich tones, and that's what it's got on this album as well. Some really rich tones going on from the guitars. It's not exactly the heaviest tone I've heard all year, but it still adds to the whole melodic atmosphere that Architects are creating with their craft. Definitely check the tone on this. It's fucking phenomenal, and the drum work's all locked in. The musicianship is fantastic, and Architects are really creating a great craft with their musicianship, and it's something you've got to respect as a metalhead myself anyway. Moving on to the vocals. Sam's vocals are easily the best I've heard so far. He's got a really top-notch range to him. He's got a lot of power in his screams, shouts, whatever you want to call them. Some really good raw power coming from them. It's not exactly low or brutal, it's just filled with raw emotion and power, and you can feel everything that he's singing about, and you can feel that he's singing from true emotion on this album. Sort us out for the endorsement, Yazoo. Anyway, a little bit of a thing there, but anyway. But yeah, great vocals on here. I always liked Sam's half screams more than anything. They sing in such a way, it's so beautifully executed. You can feel just the raw emotion pouring out of those vocals, and it just feels like it's just so good. It's just so fucking good. I can't describe how good it is. It just sounds phenomenal. And his cleans, like his sophomore cleans in the sophomore parts of this album, definitely kind of create a bit more of a progression and a bit more of a nice steady flow to the album, and I really, really like that a lot. And I definitely think you should check out this album. The mix is great, the atmospheres are great on this album, and just the sheer riffs are grooving and heavy. And I have to say, if you're into progressive metalcore, or even metalcore, in melodic metalcore, melodic hardcore, or post-hardcore, if you're into any of those genres, give this album a chance. It has blew me away. It's made a true fan out of me. I've always liked Architects, but now I actually love them because of this album. When I said it's in my top albums, this is currently standing at number 3. It may change over the next coming months, maybe not, but we'll see what happens. But this is an absolutely phenomenal album. And for those, oh, the one thing I forgot to talk about, the lyrics to this album, before I get on the album score. The lyrics are absolutely phenomenal. Some of the best lyrics I've heard all year. They've got such a nice flow to them. Great phrasing, and just some memorable lyrics on there. If I had to say check out some songs, I'll leave a couple of links to songs, but not all these. But every track on this is great. But my particular favourite one has to be Downfall. That song is just beautiful and just great. Just groovy as hell. I absolutely love it. And in my opinion, I think it's the best track on this album, and definitely the standout track on this album. But definitely check out Nihilist, Death Wish, Phantom Fear, Downfall, Gone with the Wind. Well, just all the tracks. Just check out all the tracks if you can, and definitely pick up this album. And as I said, I got the box set, which comes with in this nice little box, which has kind of shoved me CDs quite a lot, but I'll gloss over that. But you open it up and you get obviously the CD itself, which is here. Nice. My girlfriend said she might swap us for the slipcase version that she bought, but we'll see what happens. You get this nice beanie, which I'm not going to be wearing. I think I said to my girlfriend that I'm going to give her it, so a little gift for you, babe. What else do you get? Oh yeah, reach into the bottom. You get something that I've never seen for a while inside of an album. Yeah, if you can see it. Dog tags. Now, this is a rare thing to come across. I'm going to keep it in this little packet here, so that, yeah, it's part of the album, so, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I got in the album. But, yeah, great album. I'm definitely going to give this a solid 9.5 out of 10. Excellent album, and definitely one of the most memorable releases of 2016. I urge you to check it out if you haven't given it a chance. Definitely give it a chance. Yep, so check out this album, solid 9.5 out of 10. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed the review. There's more reviews coming very soon. Don't know what I'm going to be reviewing next. I might review the new Whitechapel, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll see you until the next video, and remember, stay metal, and I'll see you later.